Yeah, in New York City, what what you need to do is allow the porn industry to come in and teach your kids how to have sex and or alternative sex. They can do a better job. What you can do is have the school board get together, and the cheapest way is to go and purchase amateur porn flicks that will be explicit, especially when it comes to gay men having sex. That way you don't have to fool around with little charts or graphs and try to draw little things, to show how things go. Just purchase porn flicks and show that to the sixth graders and above. Teach them how to be good homosexuals, how to have alternative sex, so to speak, because Lord knows we can't do it. You, the people, can't teach your kids the correct way how to have homosexual sex or normal sex, to a Democrat, homosexual sex is normal. If you get these amateur videos, because they'll show true lovemaking, then they'll understand, the kids will understand that when people like Dr. Ruth types who say that when you have anal sex you don't get excrement on your penis are lying, they'll learn that. They'll be taught the correct way. They'll understand that even at a minimum you would get some residue excrement from having anal sex. Yeah, why beat around the bush? Why fool around with graphs and charts? Just allow each school board, and New York City's going to do it, and New York's going to do it, so, the entire nation will go to that. I mean, California's sitting back now saying, hey, why didn't we think of that? We got to teach these kids how to have alternative sex because the parents can't do it. Especially a Democratic parent. A Democrat can't teach their kids anything about sex. After about 19 or 20 years old, sex just becomes, it's not so much about love, it becomes more about self-gratification. A climax, so to speak, an ejaculation. It becomes about as significant or insignificant as picking one's nose, which is what a homosexual act is. It is a means to an ejaculation, similar to masturbation. Why beat around the bush, New York? Just have the school boards purchase amateur gay sexual flicks, heterosexual sexual flicks, and let the porn industry teach the kids right. There's no beating around the bush about that. And 99.999, hey, I'm Herman Cain, 99.999% of folks in New York City are Democrats. Some of them may think they're conservative Republicans, but they're not. It's like Joe Scarborough. Joe Scarborough, you're not a rhino. You're a Democrat pretending to be a conservative. You're a hatchet man for MSNBC. Yeah. If a teacher would have, my two boys are grown now. They're men. I have grandchildren, not adopted. Not that there's anything wrong with adopted. One of my sons I have some surrogate grandchildren, and I love them. If you would have, as a teacher, drawn a picture of anybody having sex, if you'd have drawn a picture of a penis, even going into a vagina, you would have understood that old cliche or that old saying, pushing up daisies. Because you have committed child molestation. You would have molested my children's minds. And you would have understood the meaning of pushing up daisies. You Democrats cannot teach your children about sex because you don't understand it yourself. You're out for self-gratification. But I believe that you, New York City, and all you folks, just bring in the porn industry by purchasing their material and let them show the right way, no beating around the bush, the way to have alternative sex. And you can sit there and coach the kids. Now look, that pain that you see on that guy's face, the one on the bottom or on the top, that is pleasure. That's not pain. That's pleasure. There's no problems with internal hemorrhoids or bleeding in anal sex. The excrement is not going to hurt you. That is a fallacy, that you don't put your penis in excrement when you have anal sex. Of course you do. At a minimum, residual. And the porn industry, of course, they do enemas and clean themselves out real good. But I think, Dr. Ruth or somebody said, no, you don't ever get excrement on you when you have anal sex. A lie. Yeah. And for those of you that think it's okay to get a little excrement on you, and, or the idiot that's going to say, hey, the vagina, the waste product called urine comes out of there. Okay, pal, I'll take a bottle of urine, set it on the table. I'll take a plate of excrement and set it on the table. And I'll tell you, you got a choice. You're going to either drink or eat, one or the other. I guarantee you're going to do a bottoms up, buddy. Yeah, it's like the father and son standing on the hill. And the son says to the father, hey, Daddy, look at all them cow patties down there. Let's run down there and make love to one of them cow patties. And the daddy says, no, son. Let's walk down there and make love to all them cow patties. And for the record, cow patty excrement is a lot cleaner than human excrement. Yeah. Yep. If you'd have tried to draw a picture or a chart to my kid, you have sexually molested them within their mind, buddy. And I have an answer for that. And you fools in New York City, if you buy off on that, then all I got to say is, keep on voting Democrat and keep your television dial on MSNBC, because they're taking this. Hey, there's no agenda there, man. There's no hate speech on MSNBC. They're taking this country in the right direction. Right. Sheeple. You're sheep.